Now, going on to the next slide, today we will discuss photoautotrophy, that is photosynthesis in detail, yeah, which will come of help in your higher classes as well. Okay, now I want somebody to answer. Vansh, can you please take the question? Vansh, where do you
Yes,
think
ma'am.
Vansh, where do you think photosynthesis happen?
Ma'am, on the leaf of the plant.
It is on the leaf, underneath the leaf, inside the leaf. Where is it?
Inside the leaf.
Of course, inside the leaf. Very good. And how does it happen? Have you heard of the word stomata?
Yes, meta, where exchange of gases happen.
Yes, very good. So where exactly, Vansh, where exactly is the stomata located?
Ma'am, stomata tiny present on the leaves, which are
Okay.
guarded by guard cells.
Very good, very good. Okay. So basically these stomata are present underneath the leaf. You know, if this is the upper surface of the leaf, there is a lower surface beneath the leaf. On the lower surface, you will find tiny little dots, which actually you cannot see with your naked eye. You need a microscope for that. There are tiny, tiny, tiny dots here. So there are these tiny dots, which are basically the stomata. So basically carbon dioxide or the exchange of gases happen through these stomata. Yeah, as we have discussed that, leaves or plants take in carbon dioxide. So where does the carbon dioxide enter from? It enters from this little pore, opened pore called the stomata. There are stomata which you might find here. You'll see one stomata is open. Here, these are the two stomatas which are closed. Yeah. So stomatas open and close. With the help of the guard cells, they open and close. Remember, we were discussing about water and turgidity of cells. Because of water turgidity, the stomata can open and close the pores, the stoma. Correct? So,
Excuse me, ma'am.
yes, Karthik.
Ma'am, from microscope, can we see the guard cells in stomata and chlorophyll?
Yes, Karthik, with the help of a very powerful microscope, you can see the stomata and the guard cells. But for a chloroplast to be seen, you really need a very high definition microscope, which I doubt you will find in your home. Yeah, only in very high tech labs will they have, or maybe very high definition microscopes. You can see the guard cells. I mean the chloroplasts. But I'll show you some pictures by which you'll have a better clarity. See, this is how the leaves take in carbon dioxide and they release oxygen and water. Water most of the times is not visible, but plants do emit, tiny water droplets also. Yeah. Okay. Now on to the slide. Here, function of the stomata. First we will study. The main function of the stomata is to open and close the pores with the help of the guard cells, which, one of you have already said that for the exchange of gases. Correct. It also allows the plant to take in carbon dioxide and give out oxygen. This is what we saw. Carbon dioxide is coming in, oxygen is going out for human beings to breathe. Correct? And because based on the weather conditions, it closes or opens its pore to keep the moisture content developed. Remember, I told you plants are a very intelligent lot of living organism. They know when it is very hot outside, the guard cells need to be kept closed so that water loss doesn't happen too much, right? So this is how it maintains the water balance in its leaves and overall in plants. So that's why I said plants are very intelligent living organisms. Now, what is chloroplast? We have always discussed about chlorophyll. Yeah, what is chloroplast? Even before this, let me just take you through this. Here you will see the tiny pore, remember, which I was discussing. This is the tiny pore which is under a microscope now. This is the tiny pore through which carbon dioxide enters, and these are the guard cells which guards the pores. Literally, it is guarding the pore. This wall is very thick here and this outer wall is very thin. Yeah. Now, inside, if you see, you have all studied about cell, right? So every cell has a nucleus. So this guard cell here has a nucleus, this guard cell here has a nucleus. And do you see this green dots, pigments? These are the chloroplasts. These are basically the part of a cell which is also known as a cell organelle, which are chloroplasts, which are green in color. Wherever you have chloroplast, that cell will have the capacity to do photosynthesis. Just imagine if human beings had chloroplast, first of all, we would have been all green in color and we would have all done photosynthesis. Just imagine. Then we also would have turned into autotrophs. That would have been really funny. Okay, now, coming to vacuole. Vacuoles are, these are empty spaces which helps in turgidity, and of course the cell wall. Now, defining the chloroplast a little more, So this is exactly how a chloroplast looks. When you go to your higher classes, you will study what is there inside the chloroplast, which makes it really brilliant and intelligent to make its own food, right? With the help of, it actually helps in photosynthesis. How this chlorophyll traps sunlight and how it utilizes sunlight to make, to produce oxygen and to make energy and to release water. These chloroplasts.
I am not getting this one.
Which one? The nucleus part?
What, ma'am?
You're not getting the nucleus part?
No, ma'am. This topic only which we're discussing right now.
Okay, the chloroplast. If you see
Yes,
this
ma'am.
picture, when we talk about chlorophyll, what is chlorophyll basically? Chlorophyll are basically tiny pigments of chloroplast. These green pigments that you see here, these are chloroplasts. Yeah. Remember in my earlier slide also I had shown you a leaf with chloroplasts, small little circle dots. These are the chloroplasts. And this is actually a one tiny dot has been cut and opened in a microscope and it has been shown. You need not understand it in detail. I am just showing it to you for your general knowledge. You need not learn in details about it.
Ma'am, leaves are too thin. Ma'am, so how many sets do leaf contain of chloroplast?
See, leaves are too thin, but as I said, these tiny, stomatas are too tiny. One leaf might have some one leaf might have some, 20, 30, depending on the leaf size, even 50 stomata. And each stomata will have 2 guard cells each, right? So, depending on the size of the leaf, it will depend on the stomata. So basically what I wanted to discuss is chlorophyll, chloroplast is the most intelligent thing in the leaf which helps in photosynthesis. Correct? Okay. Now remember,
Living things.
these are cell organelles. These are cell organelles. One cell will have, nucleus, it will have vacuole. One tiny cell, we all are made out of cells. But, our cells also have nucleus, but we do not have chloroplast. Only plants, green plants have chloroplast. Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now remember I was discussing about those purple, blue, green and red bacteria, yeah, which are also, which actually have green in color, underlined, but they look purple to us, they look blue-green, they look red. Basically, they also can prepare their own food. This is just a pictorial thing that I wanted to show.